Yo, 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious.
Wake that ass up.
Charlamagne the Gold.
Peace to the planet. It's Tuesday. How y'all feel out there? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Happy to be here. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners. What is happening?
Good morning.
God
How you
is
feeling?
so good, man.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
That's
It's the holiday season, too. Don't get it twisted.
Yes.
It's what?
It's the holiday season.
Oh, yeah, holiday season. Absolutely.
Yes,
It's been the holiday season. It's been the holiday season since October.
Nice. You
It's
got
right
some.
after Labor Day.
You got some rest.
Who?
Yeah.
I always get rest.
No, you don't.
That's a lie. I
No.
sleep. I ain't like yo. I don't be staying
No,
up.
no.
scrolling
No,
on social media for no reason.
Don't project. I ain't saying I be staying up scrolling on nothing,
be
but I'm
sleep.
saying it's a difference from when you get like some good sleep until you had like a couple hours or maybe whatever you went to
not true.
sleep watching or
That's not
scrolling and seeing
That's not true.
spills over into the next morning. How you doing, Evie?
I'm good, man. So, salute to. I was up last night. Salute to the New Jersey School Board. They had a party last night for all the some of the New Jersey teachers and all the school board. So it was out in Atlantic City last night. So I was in Atlantic City, so I just got back a couple hours ago. So salute all the teachers that were dancing.
What the hell they doing partying on a Monday night like they ain't got stuff to do this morning?
I don't know, but that's when they booked it. So salute to all the teachers and everybody from the school board. We had a great time last night. They were rocking.
You sure it wasn't the Willie party? What was the holiday yesterday?
No,
I'm
it's
Diwali.
Diwali party?
Yeah. Maybe it was. I don't know. But yeah, salute to everybody that came out. It was Atlantic City's a 2-hour ride, 2.5-hour ride from the city. And I'm tired.
I bet.
I'm tired.
So if your teacher is hungover today, they was celebrating Diwali in Atlantic City.
I don't know why.
Envy.
That's right. But yeah, if they're a little slow this morning, yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to know more. Like, why were the teachers out partying last night in Atlantic City?
I don't know. But we had a great
crazy.
time. We had a good time last
I'm
night.
glad y'all did, man.
Salute to all the teachers.
Happy Diwali.
I don't know if that was what they were celebrating, but yeah, salute to all the teachers. It was the kickoff party, whatever that means. But we had a great time last night. So salute to all the teachers out in Jersey. Now today, Governor Wes Moore will be joining us this morning.
That's my cousin.
That's right.
He's running for re-election of governor of Maryland for 2026.
Yeah, so we're going to be chopping it up with him. And Jeremy Renner. You might know, or the mayor of Kingstown will be joining us. Season 4 is going to be released this Sunday. And we're going to talk to Jeremy Renner.
Here, man.
Hawkeye, mayor of Kingstown. He's been in so many different flicks.
Hansel and Gretel, remember? He was Gretel or Hansel. Which one is the guy?
Hansel.
Oh, yeah,
Hansel. Yeah, Hansel.
Gretel's
Nowadays, they could be either one.
I know, not mine.
Nowadays, you don't know who playing Hansel, who playing Gretel. Okay.
Who's he?
All right. Jesus, all right. When we come back, we got front page news. Mimi should be joining us.
Mimi is here. What you mean should be joining us?
You see her?
I'm looking right at her.
Oh, because usually she's there, she's everywhere. I didn't see her.
Yeah, I'm looking right at her.
All right, well, we'll get to that next. Don't move. Somebody's phone is ringing like crazy.
That be yours, and you
That's
need
not
to turn
mine.
your ring off.
It ain't mine.
That's not mine. Mine is off.
What is this song?
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Start off with some quick sports. Now, the Blue Jays beat the Mariners 4-3. So you will see in the World Series, the Dodgers versus the Blue Jays.
Man, I'm almost to the point where I'm starting to think God just hates OVO.
Yo,
bro.
Toronto versus LA is
God
crazy.
just hates OVO.
Drake versus Kendrick, that's crazy.
You know,
Oh, wow.
if Kendrick comes out and performs not like us at the World Series, that would mean that he performed not like us at the Super Bowl and a World Series where Toronto is playing LA. God just hates Drake, bro. God,
No, stop. Don't put that on God.
I'm telling you, God might really just hate OVO. This is crazy. This is too much. This is at some point you got to drop your knees and say, God, why hast thou forsaken thee?
Oh my goodness.
This is crazy.
Now in NFL Monday Night Football, the Seahawks beat the Texans 27-19 and the Lions beat the Buccaneers 24-9. What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, MV. Charlamagne, Jess, how y'all doing?
Good.
Babe,
Peace,
how are
Mimi.
you?
Good morning. All right, well, we start this morning with important news for families nationwide. The government shutdown now in day 21, and the impact is starting to hit home very closely. So in Pennsylvania, food assistance payments are frozen and millions more across the country could be next. As state officials say SNAP recipients there will not receive benefits scheduled for November as the Department of Human Services waits for the federal funds to be released. Now, recipients, they will be notified once payments do resume. But for now, families are being urged to call 211 or visit Feeding Pennsylvania and PA Navigate for immediate help. Now, the state is also reminding residents to keep up with your renewal reports or any changes in income or household size while payments are paused. And Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro says this shutdown is no longer just about a political standoff. It's now having real consequences for everyday Americans. Let's listen to that.
There's a lot of challenges there. I hope our colleagues in Washington will come together and get this passed. And of course, this is on the heels of the Congress of the United States voting to knock 510,000 Pennsylvanians off of Medicaid and 140,000 off of SNAP in order to give a tax cut for people who don't need it. These are people who just need a little bit of extra help to be able to put food on the table for them and their families.
That's just cruel and unusual punishment, man. The holidays are right around the corner, and now folks aren't going to be able to eat. And, for all the individuals out there who like to say, well, why don't they just get a job? Some of these people have jobs, you idiot. Okay, but the cost of living is so high that some people can't afford to, keep a roof over their head and put food on the table. So that's why the SNAP and, the EBT and those benefits work. WIC and all of that other stuff.
Absolutely. And Pennsylvania is just the first state to officially halt November payments. It's likely, though, it will not be the last. Texas, Colorado, Illinois, Minnesota, Oregon, New York, and West Virginia, they have all warned that their programs could run out of money by October 27th, which is less than a week away if this shutdown continues. And as you just mentioned, SNAP, formerly known as food stamp, Charlamagne, it helps about 42 million Americans. That's roughly 1 in 8 people put food on the table. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says it can tap into limited reserve funds, but that won't cover everyone for long. And so meanwhile, the lawmakers, they are still at a shutdown. They're still at a standstill. The Senate, once again, it failed yesterday to reopen the government, marking the 11th time that they have failed to break that stalemate. So
when the people shall have nothing more to eat, they will eat the rich. And don't think that rich means people with just excessive amounts of money. It means people who just have a little bit more than you do.
Absolutely. And if you're one of the millions of people waiting on student loan forgiveness, this could finally be the break that you've been hoping for. The Trump administration is quietly restarting debt relief programs that have been frozen for months. A new agreement between the Department of Education and the American Federation of Teachers will allow the government to resume processing loan forgiveness for borrowers in 2 income-based repayment plans, the Income Contingent Repayment Plan, or ICR, and the Pay-As-You-Earn plan. Now, both plans, they let borrowers make smaller payments tied to their income, and any balance left over in about 20 or 25 years can be wiped away. Now, earlier this year, the Trump administration, they paused forgiveness for those plans, saying they needed to review court filings. And that move, of course, left millions of borrowers in limbo, not sure if when or if they'll ever be able to pay off those remaining balances or if those balances will be canceled. Now, under this new deal, those forgiveness programs will start up again, though. They'll be canceled now, but they will start up again. Both the ICR and Pay-As-You-Earn plan, they are set to end in 2028 under President Trump's big, beautiful bill. So they are back on for now, but they will expire again in a couple years because of the big, beautiful bill. So they're warning everyone to go ahead and get your paperwork together. So just in case you need to pay as much as you can right now before it's set to end again in 2028. So we'll continue to watch that as well.
All right. Thank you, Mimi.
All right. Well, coming up at 7, a new wave of scams is costing Americans millions, and even Congress can't stop it. We'll tell you what it is and how it's probably already affecting you.
All right. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. Call us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Wake up, wake up. Wake your ass.
This is your time to get it off your chest. Whether you're mad or blessed, we want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Tasha from Jersey.
Hey, Tasha from Jersey. Get it off your chest, mama.
Yeah, so first of all, I just want to say I am very blessed to work in the industry that I work in. However, that SNAP benefit thing is actually going to affect Jersey residents too. We just got the notification yesterday. that they're going to lose benefits as of November 1st. And I am a case manager that works with survivors of domestic violence. Mm-hmm. So most of the people I work with, they don't even have job skills. Like, some of these guys really, married them and kind of like kept them in a little bubble, and they don't have any job skills to be able to go out there and get job skills. And I'm helping them get there, but they're not there yet. So it's just a bad time.
Horrible. Yeah. That's an understatement.
Yes, like it's crazy.
Even for the people who have jobs, like I said earlier, they making enough money to probably pay their rent, but they may not have the money for food, and that's where the SNAP benefits and stuff come into play.
Right.
Yes, and I will say wholeheartedly, I see that, because I see the payments that they have to make for rent, and I see how much money they're making, and I'm like, yo, how are you doing it? But I will say, shout out to my job. I can't say the name of the company. I wish I could, but I can't. I don't want people to know, this company, because these are survivors of domestic violence, and some of these people are hiding from very scary people. Mm-hmm. But my job does a very good job at raising money and, like putting reserves away. Mm-hmm. And I manage some of the budget for our ladies. So even if they lose their SNAP benefits, I think I got enough gift cards to hold me over until January. So,
okay. Well, thank you, Mama.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's what I was telling folks too, man. Find a food bank in your area, man. Find a food pantry in your area, and donate some money to them if you got it, or donate some food to them if you got it. I work with the foodbanknyc.org in Harlem. I'm an ambassador for them, and I work with the Hope Center in Charleston, South Carolina. So just find a food bank in your area, man, and donate some money, some resources to them, because boy, it's gonna be a cold one.
Mm-hmm. Hello, who's this?
Good morning. This is James calling from North Carolina.
James, what up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Yeah, man. I think it's about to get real chaotic in this country, man, with these cutting of benefits and people not getting paid and whatnot.
Yes, sir.
It's about to get rough, rugged, and raw out here, man. Trust me when I tell you. Y'all remember that old analogy that Tupac made decades ago about the people outside singing, "We are hungry, please let us in"?
I posted it last night. I posted it last night.
Last night.
I posted it last night on my Instagram at Seed of God. I posted it talking about these SNAP benefits. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. I hate to see where this is going, but I know it's not going to end up good. And it's not. It hasn't even been a year.
Hasn't even been a year, man.
Thank you, brother.
When the people shall have nothing more to eat, they will eat the rich. Trust me when I tell you, y'all worried about a civil war. It's gonna be a full-blown class war out here.
That's right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's a new day.
This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up.
Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up, Envy? What up, Charlamagne? What's up, Jess? It's Rick.
What's up, Rick?
Peace.
What's going on? Yo, Charlamagne.
Yes, sir.
Early voting for the New York City mayoral race starts on Saturday. Mm-hmm. But we still don't got no good candidates, bro. I mean, between Cuomo and Mandani, after coming, Eric Adams is kind of still looking like he's the man, because there are no good candidates here.
Don't forget Curtis Sewell. He's out there too.
And Curtis Sewell's there, but let's be real. Curtis Sewell's not making any waves in New York City. He's a Republican. He's not going to get any votes, right? But between inexperienced Mandani,
I don't know. I really don't know. People be liking Curtis.
He's going to get votes, but his votes are not going to be substantial for him to win the race.
Yeah, he's polling real low. He's polling, I think, single digits. I believe.
Yeah, but so was Mandani.
Think about it. Don't you hate lesser of two evils politics? Because, honestly, Mandani has no experience, right? As much as he wants to say that he's going to do things, he can't do them because he needs cooperation from the other side to work anything out. So you can say you're going to do stuff, but you can't do it without the other side. And then Cuomo, we already see what Cuomo did as governor, right? He's just going to tear the city up even more.
Yeah, you know.
So it's like New York is in a conundrum right now.
When you speak to a lot of the older people and older individuals, they don't like Madonna because they feel like he doesn't have experience. They said he's never done it before. What experience does he have of being mayor? So that's the major problem with a lot of the older people when it comes to him.
And a lot of these things that he says are radical. Right. So it's like it's extreme. But you need cooperation to do that. Politics is people working together. So, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen for the city for the next couple of years.
So are you voting? Are you going to vote? Who are you voting for, Rick?
I'm going to vote. Of course I'm going to vote. But, like, I'm still up in the air. You're seriously who I'm going to vote for. Gotcha. That's what I'm trying to get off my chest because I don't know. I'm confused at this point.
Got you. Well, that's a personal decision you got to make.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Bubba. Yeah, they were also saying that Madonna, he says things and then tries to backtrack a lot of it. He keeps apologizing for the things he said earlier. That was when I was speaking to like the older community that was like 70 up. That's what they were saying about him. Hello, who's this?
When was you just with the older community?
I was with my parents' house.
This is Tanya. What's up, Envy? What's up, Charlamagne?
I just want to know why I was Envy just hanging out with a bunch of 70-year-olds.
I was on my mom's block in Queens, and they're older.
Oh, okay,
they're like 65 and older, so they were just
yeah, I just pulled up to the older community, you know what I'm saying? It was DJing for them, you know, Lil Earth, 1 and 5.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Little Temptations. Smokey Robinson. What's wrong with that? Stevie Wonder? What? I got a wedding to pay for. I'm DJing everything. I'm just kidding. Right. What's up, Mama? Hello, who's this?
Hello, this is Tanya. Good morning, y'all.
Peace, Tanya.
Good morning, Tanya.
So I just want to say, whoever used the last little bit of my coffee creamer last night at work, I work Thursday at the hospital. Whoever used my last bit of coffee creamer at work, your mom's a hoe.
Damn.
What hospital you work at and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Florence, South Carolina.
Okay.
I work at MUSC, and someone had the audacity to use my.
That's crazy that you even left it there. Was your name on it?
No, I should have pissed in it.
Damn.
Wow.
Listen,
why would you pee in your own coffee cream?
People do this to her all the time because she's not this mad that they just did this one time. This happened before.
Yeah, they're nasty people in it, and I hate them.
Yeah.
But their mom's a hoe. I'm on the way to get my daughter ready for school this morning, and I'm so hot about this.
I understand.
You should breathe. Just take a breather.
I know.
And I don't know why you whole shaming people mamas. Like, damn, mamas can't have a whole face?
No, they can't. Not in my world.
All right, Tanya. You have a good morning.
It's crazy to think about that.
Y'all too. Love y'all. Thank y'all.
Me too. It is a lot of mamas out there that are hoes to somebody. Yeah, that is crazy to think about. And grandmas and everything. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think that everybody should have a whole face, okay?
Yeah, I think everybody do at some point.
That is a very hard thing for people to grasp, though. Like, your mama at some point gave some man fellatio a few times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that.
It's not crazy.
True, though.
I don't want to think about grandma like that either.
You doing it to somebody, mama? I'm doing it to somebody, mama.
Right.
You ever think about that?
Right.
No.
All right. Logan, slam your daddy one time just because, okay? All right.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got the latest with Loren coming up.
Okay, string bean.
Shut up.
Shut up. It looks like a piece of asparagus.
Casserole.
Okay.
Oh my God.
You gotta stop, because that is crazy.
Wow.
You know what? This designer is not going to appreciate your non-compliment.
What you mean?
Who's the
That's a
designer?
compliment.
Who is?
We'll talk about it when we come back because I got to go get the name right. I want to
That's
say
a
it
black
wrong.
compliment. If I say, okay, string bean, I'm acknowledging the compliment.
That's crazy.
Okay,
he could have said broccoli, though. He could have said broccoli. He could have said, but
no, broccoli
What's
is
big
bad.
at the top? My hair?
Nah, it's more asparagus.
No, it's not even about your
More asparagus.
They talking about
It's
your
more asparagus. Okay, asparagus.
Okay. Hey, yo,
Good morning, y'all.
Stupid,
Good morning. Yes, we do have the latest of Loren
What we
coming
talking
up.
about?
Nicki Minaj, she's mad at us again because of the Gucci Mane interview, but I don't really fully understand why.
She ain't mad at us. She mad at him.
What I do?
What you always do.
Blame Charlamagne and Rock Nation, I guess. I don't know. We'll figure it out by the time we come back.
What did you do? All right, we'll figure it out. That's crazy.
We'll get to it next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Lauren be coming with straight facts. She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
LL Cool Bay, Big String Bean, Asparagus Shorty. What's happening?
Yes.
Clown.
Listen.
Okay.
Shout out to Harlem's Fashion Row, and this is a black designer. Her name is Andrea, and I will have.
That's one thing you always do.
Black
you
designers,
will wear a black designer,
especially black women designers, but all
across
across the board. Yeah, Harlem Fashion Row, they've been hooking me up. We're doing something with Foot Locker. We got a collab. This is a part of it, but y'all will be seeing it on my socials, so make sure you guys are following me.
They gonna sell that in Foot Locker?
No, but I'm doing a collab with Foot Locker. I'm doing a collab with Foot Locker, and it's centering around black designers. So she is one of the designers that I'm wearing in the collab. That will actually be dropping on my socials today.
Okay, collard greens.
Nice.
Collard greens. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
All right, so let's get to this, right? So Nicki Minaj is on X right now, and she is sounding off following our interview with Gucci Mane and Keisha Kayor, his wife, and she says, Gucci wife has been trying to be me for years, been dying for the spotlight for years. She's there to keep Gucci sedated. Gucci hates Deb Empney, who's Waka Flocka's mom. They don't want Deb around me. She's around me now. Charlamagne the fraud, Jay-Z's friend and business associate, using iHeartRadio for these disgusting ploys against innocent families. He was around Wendy before her life went to hell. The buck stops here, baby. Bookmark this tweet. Y'all really do not understand who I really am. Bring it. Let's play. Y'all wanted attention. Let's do it. Then she starts talking to the LAPD about something we have nothing to do with. And she's saying to Republic Records that they need to stand up for her any day now. Then she says, you'll regret it. Now, I've been going down the rabbit hole.
Here? Why did this happen? What brought this
so
up?
what I believe happened is when we talked to Keisha Kayor about what she does to help protect the brand of, Gucci and her as well when he's going through his episodes. And I believe that Nicki Minaj is responding to that because it's one or two things. It's either that because she talked about keeping him off of social media and deleting apps. And we have that clip. We'll play it in a second. But fans were having a conversation about whether or not Nicki Minaj's husband should be doing that for her. Let's take a listen to what Keisha Kayor said about the apps and deleting them when she was here.
Mm-hmm. It was really, really bad. It's really sad because you're seeing someone you don't know. They're saying things to you that are disrespectful, so mean, and you have to just but I'm not talking to Gucci. Who is this person?
Right. For you, I felt what was it like just trying to protect the business that you guys have built while
I have a system. I take his apps off his phone. First thing I do, I delete Instagram. I delete everything. Even if I got to change his password, I'm changing it because I don't need the public to know he's having an episode. You realize you'd never know about any other episodes since September 13th because I control that. Because you're not going on Instagram, you're not going on Twitter, it's deleted. And now before the episodes come, I catch it. So that's why he hasn't had another one. And how you catch that is he doesn't speak to you. He wants to be left alone. He don't eat. He does not sleep. Text messages, there's a period after each word. And I'm like, you're going through an episode. You're sick. No, I'm not. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Why do you think that? You're not speaking to me. Well, there's nothing to talk about. I said, well, that's not how you speak to your wife. And I'm like, you're sick. And we snap out of it right then.
Yeah, so...
What that got to do with Sister Minaj?
Because there's a lot of fans online having a conversation right now following our interview if whether or not Kenneth, who's Nicki Minaj's husband, should be doing the same for Nicki Minaj because she's online and there's a lot of things that she's saying and different things that are happening.
That wasn't the reason she shot at Charlamagne, was it?
No, forget me. Why did she come at Keisha? I don't understand. Like, what did anything Keisha have to say had to do with her?
I'm not. Listen, at this point, I'm piecing together a puzzle, and I don't even know.
And Nicki is reading what the fans
and because they're yes, that's what
obviously.
I think. Now, there's my second theory here is when we asked this question about artists that came from Gucci's camp not showing him love. Let's take a listen.
I was super embarrassed and hurt by the things I said because I wasn't well then, right? So then I got locked up. So a lot of those people who I was saying stuff to, they were like, they never gonna mess with me no more. So even when I got out 3 years later, I still was like, I apologize to Ross, Drake, Nicki, all them people accepted my apology. They just don't know. It's like a weight off my shoulders because I had been because I was wrong. Ross hadn't did nothing but help me. And I said something about
Gucci gets his just due as an iconic figure in hip hop and all the artists he put on?
No.
But it ain't
what would you like to see, Keisha?
I would like them, all of them, to acknowledge him. Even if they win an award, acknowledge him because he gave you the stomping ground.
Most people don't know Nicki Minaj came out of that camp. French Montana came out of that
all
camp.
of
Most
them.
people don't know half those people. We know, but most people don't know that.
Migos, Thug.
Like most people don't
because they don't say it.
Yeah,
I'm still so confused.
Yeah, listen, I'm just piecing together what I think.
That was the only time her name was even mentioned.
Those are
right?
the only 2 times. Well, so that was the one time there were 2 times her name was mentioned in an interview. The other time he talked about apologizing to her, and then we talk about her coming out of the Gucci camp. I really don't understand where all of this came from. That's just what I tried to put together.
Yeah, because she can't be upset that we had Gucci and Keisha on here to have a much needed conversation about Gucci dealing with his mental illness, right? Like Gucci, a man who has been clinically diagnosed with bipolar and schizophrenia, a man who is on medication. Him and Keisha are up here telling their story that will help millions of people. Like, Nicki couldn't possibly be mad about that, right?
But I do agree with whatever you saw in the comments of Kenneth need to be doing the same thing. He should be doing the same thing for his wife that Keisha Kayor did for her husband. Absolutely. Everybody should have a person who is going to help them when they hitting rock bottom, or you know what I'm saying? Everybody should have a Keisha Kayor who's going through, having mental episodes.
And I will always say too,
now she's gonna call you Jess with the test. Later.
Oh, whatever. Who gives a hot goddamn? And I'm gonna be here to drag them again. But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Everybody needs support in that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they always say when people at their lowest and they're actually trying to help people, people will try to attack that, and that's what Gucci did with this book. He's actually really trying to help people that's going through it and having problems with it, and because of that, sometimes he's gonna get attacked on.
I know people who are really big barbs, like they follow her every move, and I woke up this morning and they were texting me like, what did y'all do? What happened? They were confused as well. As
the barbs was texting you?
I have a couple friends.
The fact that Bob got your numbers.
Well, I have a couple friends who were my friends before I knew that they were the barbs, but now I know in light of events. They are around my age.
I will say,
but they stand for her,
The irony of her replying to that interview, though. I would actually like Nicki to watch that interview, or someone around Nicki to watch that interview, and maybe, just maybe, get Nicki the help she needs. I'm sending Nicki Minaj healing energy. I'm praying for her. I truly hope she heals, because that sister is hurting.
Yeah, but the first step of it is realizing you got a problem. If she don't feel like nothing wrong with her, then what? You know what I mean? Because she probably feel like ain't nothing wrong with her.
Yeah.
When you're not aware, when you feel like ain't nothing wrong with you, it's hard for somebody to even help you anyway.
And that's the beauty of Gucci Mane's book. When you read Gucci Mane's book and you see that a lot of the erratic things he used to do, the crazy tweets that came out of nowhere, those were all him having manic episodes. Like,
and also what Gucci said was getting people around him that were there to help him.
Yeah.
He said there were a lot of people there that were making his situation worse, almost encouraging it. You know what I mean? So to get those people away from him was probably one of the first steps that he did.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Keisha Kayor had posted in a more positive light yesterday and just said that there were so many people who were flooding her DMs that, either were being a caretaker or a loved one of someone going through those things or going through it themselves. And she says that, she felt the impact from the Breakfast Club interview. So many people reached out, and she actually posted a link on allthingskeshakayor.com, and she says that you can click on this session to discuss mental health for yourself or loved ones. So she's trying to help people as well now too.
That's right.
In addition. Yeah. So shout out to Keisha Kayor and Gucci. On everything,
dope.
That's happening.
I love being the boogeyman. I really do. I have no problem being the bad guy.
Because what did you do?
He always does something.
I just show up.
That's enough.
And I promise you, if you think I'm the Illuminati now, God. You just wait. You just wait.
You about to get a casino?
God gonna show y'all something.
Oh my God.
You just wait.
All right.
Okay, Leonard. Please.
Well, unground, something coming.
That is the latest with
Stupid. Okay.
Sound like the laugh from Michael Jackson. Like that was the laugh from Michael Jackson. That evil laugh.
It is around that time, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Put on some Thriller right now, God damn it. It's that season, Red. Put Thriller on one time.
All right. That is the latest with Loren. When we come back, we got front page news. Don't go ahead. What's wrong with you, man?
Oh, and happy anniversary to Nicki Minaj and Kenneth. It's her anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
It's the Breakfast
Club.
It's
Judge Judy's birthday. How about that?
She's
That's
thick.
something.
You ever seen the pictures?
Hell yeah, I seen
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back in some front page news. Let's start off with some sports. Now, last night, the Toronto Blue Jays beat the Mariners 4-3. So you know what that means? The Dodgers versus Toronto Blue Jays in the 2025 Major League Baseball World Series.
What did OVO do to God? I'm not even like, you got to really think about this, man.
They didn't win yet. Don't do. You
It don't matter about winning. It's just the fact that Toronto and LA are going to be in the World Series. You know Kendrick coming out there to perform not like us at one of those games. He's performed not like us at the Super Bowl and at the World Series versus a Toronto versus the LA Dodgers. Why does God not like OVO?
That is not true.
This is crazy.
Jesus,
you're pumping it up.
I think it's gonna be that. I think that's the one where Kendrick don't need no price. If he on tour, he gonna come back. He just got to do it just one time.
Remember when Ice Cube came out to perform last year and Fat Joe came for the game? You think Kendrick not coming out to do not like us? While the Toronto Blue Jays play the Los Angeles Dodgers?
Lord.
Baca, you gotta repent. Like, Chubb gotta repent. Drake gotta repent. What did OVO do to God? What is going on, man? What is happening?
All right. Well, listen, football news. The Seahawks beat the Texans 27-19, and the Lions beat the Buccaneers 24-9. What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, MV, Jess, Charlamagne. How y'all doing?
Peace, Mimi.
Girl.
Good morning. All right, well, we start this hour in Atlanta, where authorities say a potential tragedy was stopped before it began. Police arrested a man accused of threatening to open fire inside the world's busiest airport. Now, police say 49-year-old Billy Cagle of Cartersville, Georgia, was taken into custody yesterday at the Atlanta airport. Investigators say Cagle had posted on social media that he was heading to the airport to, quote, shoot it up. His family saw the post and immediately called the police. They then alerted Atlanta officers. When officers spotted him inside the South Terminal, they say he appeared to be scoping out the TSA check-in area. Now, police body cam video captured what happened next the moment officers moved in. Let's listen to some of that.
How are you? How did you get, what are your reasons at the airport right now?
What now?
Why are you at the airport?
Oh, I'm just here. What I heard?
What kind of car you drive?
Huh?
What kind of car do you drive?
I got dropped off.
You got dropped off? Okay, we just have a situation going on.
Oh, okay.
All right, we have hands. Put your hands behind your back, sir. Put your hands behind your back.
Oh, of course.
I don't like that. They should have locked him up a lot sooner than that.
Yeah.
His family called, said he was going to shoot up the airport. He at the airport. There's a truck outside. Put him in cuffs first. But I'm glad they stopped it, though.
Yeah, and thank you. I thank God that some people are stupid enough to forecast their crimes on social media.
Dumb.
Thank you.
And then investigators, they went out to that truck, NB, and they found inside an AR-15 rifle with 27 rounds of ammunition.
Damn.
They believe that he was heading back into the airport to retrieve that gun the moment he was stopped. Now, the FBI, Homeland Security, they are now assisting in the investigation. Atlanta's mayor, he called it a crisis averted, and he thanked officers and Cagle's family for turning him in. Cagle, he is a convicted felon with a history of mental health challenges. He is now facing terroristic threats and attempted aggravated assault charges, among many other things.
That's crazy. He has a history of mental health, and he obviously never got any help for it. And let's see what comes of it now.
Yeah. Well, if your favorite app wasn't working properly yesterday, it's probably because of that massive outage at Amazon Web Services. Dozens of popular apps and websites, from Snapchat to Spotify to Amazon, DoorDash, Netflix, they all went down. Yep, Starbucks. A host of websites went down yesterday. The cloud computing system that quietly powers a huge chunk of the internet, running everything from your favorite shopping apps to airline systems to financial platforms, they all went down. That's according to Down Detector. They say the problem started about 3 a.m. yesterday Eastern Time, with reports flooding in from users who couldn't log on, make purchases, or even stream their favorite shows. Now, the outage, it caused ripple effects among different industries. From airline, they were reporting flight delays. Some people couldn't access their banking and payment apps. Clearly, some people couldn't go to Starbucks. There was a lot happening. And then they said that the experts say that a lot of money was lost, including billions, that this disruption could cost billions of dollars in lost productivity. The experts warn the outage, though, could expose a deeper issue, just how dependent our lives have become on the internet and how a brief glitch can fracture systems that we rely on every single day. And lastly, now to a serious problem that is affecting everyday people just trying to live, including myself. I'm talking about robocalls. You guys get a lot of robocalls?
Hell yeah, man.
What is that?
I get robocalls,
Strange
robotext.
numbers calling you and texting you, just saying hello, or they're just calling you and it just
Oh
be
my
like,
God,
look like
for
from Android.
years. For years, yes.
Yes. Yes, well, a new report says Americans are getting hit harder than ever. A new consumer watchdog report finds that robocalls and scam texts are exploding across the country, hitting tens of millions of Americans every single day. The report says that Americans receive, get this, y'all, 2.5 billion robocalls a month. So that's the largest it's been ever. They say that scam texts are even bigger, with 19 billion calls or texts a month. Now, these scams, they come in many forms: fake IRS calls, bogus bank alerts, phony delivery calls, you name it. They said that they are getting so sophisticated. Experts say that the scammers love this because it's cheap to send and the payoff can be huge. And now with AI, they're getting even more smarter, cloning voices and crafting messages that sound even more real than ever. So,
yes, the voice notes, girl. Some of the voicemails definitely sound like people I know. They calling from like Baltimore area codes and things like that. And then also they'll text you. They'll even text your phone.
Oh, I got one Sunday night. Somebody texted me and said, "Thank you for always being there for me. You're truly the best." So I said, "Who is this?" And then the person said my wife's name and said, "I'm Nicole. This is my work number. Don't tell me you didn't save it yet." I said, "You have the wrong number."
That is
and then I immediately
crazy.
tell my wife, "Hey man, this is something crazy." And my wife was like, my wife is the one who told me it was a robocall. She was like, "Stop texting that number back. That's one of them robo texts." I'm like, I'm just trying to, make sure I'm good.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know who this is. And some woman texted me talking about blah, blah, blah. Then the lady gonna say, "Oops, sorry for the confusion. I just realized I sent that message to the wrong number. It wasn't meant for you. My apologies for the mix-up, and I hope I didn't cause any inconvenience." Then they said, "Your number drifted into my thoughts like a leaf on still water. Maybe it was a mistake, or maybe just an echo of something yet to be spoken. If you're open to it, I'd love to share a few words with you. Maybe we could become good friends."
That is AI all day.
Yes.
Drifted.
If you have time, let's talk calmly and share a little bit about ourselves.
See?
I got the number. It's a 778 number.
That's how artificial intelligence be talking to you. That's how they get you. Because then it makes you want to tell them more and more.
Not me.
Well, not you, but I'm saying like those certain people who talk to that chat. That's a Chat GPT generated response right there. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is out of control. Congress, they tried to crack down on it in 2019. They wanted phone companies to install software, but to this day, less than half have even installed the software. And so it is just getting out of hand. So experts say the best way to protect yourself, y'all, is to not answer numbers you don't know. Never click on random text, and if something feels off, it probably is.
And don't click them links. They send you links sometimes too. Don't click them because then they can access your iCloud or whatever. Do not.
Get all the details to your phone. All right, well, that is your front page news. I'm Mimi Brown. Follow me at Mimi Brown TV. For more stories, follow Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app or visit VINnews.com.
Thank you, Mimi.
Thank you, Mimi.
All right, boo.
All right, when we come back, we have the governor of Maryland. Did I say that right?
Maryland, you said it right.
That's right. Wes Moore will be joining us. We're going to talk to him next. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
This morning, we got your governor, Jess.
You already know.
Governor of Maryland, Governor Wes Moore. Welcome.
It's good to be back with my favorite constituent.
What's up, Jess? What's up? How you doing?
Y'all might be related. Y'all got the same last name.
Yes.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's cousin.
Yes.
If it's not, you should say it is.
I always do. I always say it.
We
That's my cousin. Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's my cousin.
Show the
Yeah.
license.
And everybody loves Governor Wes Moore. Say, oh, yeah, you can go ahead. Period.
You ain't never asked for no pardon, though.
I didn't. That was the conversation after this interview. Expunge some stuff from me.
Well, how are you feeling, first and foremost?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm
Everything's
feeling
good?
great. Honestly, everything's good. It's like, I say this, thank God we're in Maryland.
Yeah.
Because I see everything that's going on around the country, and I see the fear, the frustration, and I see like Maryland's just moving different. Maryland's taking care of each other. There's no state that's taking it on the chin from this Trump administration like Maryland has. I mean, like, people forget, before this ridiculous federal government shutdown, Donald Trump had already fired over 15,000 Marylanders.
That's right.
Who are federal workers. Pulled grants. Restricted any type of aid to our folks over in Western Maryland, despite having historic floods. Literally, when we put in for federal disaster relief, which we qualified for, they literally sent a message back saying support for Maryland is not warranted.
Wow.
That's it. So, but despite all that, We have some of the fastest job growth rates inside the entire country, one of the lowest unemployment rates in the entire country. We're making sure we're taking care of our federal workers. We're making sure we're uplifting our community. So, listen, thank God we're in Maryland.
I use Maryland as an example all the time because I remember I was at my daughter's cheerleading tournament back in like February. And the amount of people who were walking up to me who were concerned that they were either going to lose their jobs or they already had lost their jobs because of those was insane. So I can imagine what you get.
And Charlamagne, it's crazy because, like, who are we talking about? We're talking about people who do things like make sure that our food is safe, right? Make sure that our critical infrastructure is protected. Make sure that veterans like myself who come back home and who need medication, that they're getting their medication. That's who they're choosing to go after first. And so looking at this assault that we have had on our federal workers, and again, and now we're talking about the only way that you're going to reopen a government is by cutting people off healthcare. Raising premiums by 95%. Healthcare is already too expensive. And now you're talking about raising premiums by 95% for folks. Like, this is crazy what's going on. And so Maryland, you know, in many ways, Maryland really does take it and have to take it. Like, these are not indirect blows. These are direct shots at me and direct shots at us. We get it. But the thing that we're really focusing on is how can we make sure we're protecting our people and really diversifying our economy so we don't have to be as reliant on Washington, D.C. or who sits in an Oval Office.
Break it down. Like, how are you getting through it? Because there's governors and mayors that are having a hard time, but Maryland is making it through. So how is Maryland making it through? How are, people finding jobs? How are people paying rent and car notes and putting food on their table? How are you guys doing it?
Well, one is I think our folks realize is that we're not bending the knee to nobody. Anybody who's sitting there saying, well, if you just be quiet, they'll stop. Or if you don't push back, I'm like, listen, I don't know a situation where it's like, listen, if you just be quiet, they'll stop beating you. Like, that's never happened. Never. And so the thing that we're doing, we're being aggressive about what it means to protect our people. So, for example, with our federal workers, we've made sure that there are pipelines for our federal workers to be able to get available and essential state jobs or private sector jobs. We started something called Feds to Eds, where we knew that Maryland, as well as many other states, has a teacher shortage right now. So I'm saying, if I got someone who's working for the federal government, who is interested and qualified, get them certified, get them trained, get them in a classroom as quickly as possible, so we can both address the teacher shortage as well as making sure that they're getting employment. That alone, we've now seen since I've been the governor, we have closed that teacher shortage we have by 25%, and a lot of that is because of these federal workers who are now coming on board. We have federal workers who they are forcing to go to work, this is crazy. There are federal workers that are forcing to go to work and not paying them. So we got folks in Maryland who are working and not getting paid. We got politicians in Washington who are paid and not working. Right. And so,
we still got to pay taxes.
And we still got to pay taxes on them while they're not doing anything, right? And so for federal workers who are now forced to go to work, and they're taking public transportation, they're paying for public transportation despite not getting a paycheck. So what did I do? I said, for all public transportation for federal workers, it's free.
Wow.
It's free. Just show your federal government pass, and you're good.
Wow.
So it's like, so we are making sure we're being aggressive. We're as long as we can, we're going to cover down on Medicaid, SNAP, WIC, despite the fact that the federal government is now cutting it off from our states. I'm saying that in the state of Maryland, we're going to make sure that our people are protected and our people are taken care of. So I tell our folks, man, while Washington is telling this country, you're on your own, in Maryland, we tell our people, we leave no one behind.
I wanted to ask you about the No Kings protests that were happening this weekend. Like, in your view, what does the level of turnout say about public sentiment toward executive power in America today?
Well, I tell you, one of the things I was really taken by, it's not even just the numbers, it's the where. Some of the biggest No Kings turnouts that we had in our state were in rural parts of our state, conservative parts of our state. And I think about it this way, man, where it's like, for example, when we just announced our reelection 2 weeks ago, some of the first people that came out and endorsed us were actually Republican lawmakers in Western Maryland, because they were like, at a time, and these are places that voted for Donald Trump by 75, 77, 78%. But they were like, but listen, in our time of need, the governor showed up. We were some of the first boots on ground when they had historic flooding out in Western Maryland. The president, nowhere to be found. that we actually invested millions of dollars to make sure that they can get furnaces. Because I'm telling you right now, we're talking about some of the coldest parts of our state, and people who do not have furnaces, people will lose their lives this winter. Mm-hmm. We put in millions of dollars from the state to make sure they're good. The president, support for Maryland is not warranted.
Because of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of you.
Exactly. I know. My bad, y'all. My bad. But it's like, but the point is, it's like, so when you're going out there and you're seeing No Kings protests, when you're saying them like, listen, is this about rule of law? Yeah, it's about rule of law. Is it about you came in and you say you make things more affordable, and we said how energy prices have risen by 20% since he's been the president, that these tariffs are making everything from the clothes that we're wearing to the food that we're eating more expensive? Yeah, but you know what it's also about? You keep breaking your promises, man. Mm-hmm. Everything you said that you were going to do, they are now waking up and realizing he never cared about you.
That's right. He promised economic change on day one.
For him, it happened. He's had great
definitely.
economic change.
Definitely.
He has been, I tell you, the two greatest beneficiaries of the Trump administration so far have been the Trump family and China.
Ooh.
The Trump family and China have had a great streak for the past 10 months.
Why China? Because it seems like they've had like issues.
Because when American leadership pulls back, who's helping to fill up the vacuum?
Got you.
That oftentimes when you're talking about our foreign policy, this really is a larger battle between the U.S. and China. China being one of the fastest growing economies over a period of the past 20 years. China being a country that has always pushed and reflected and said, like, we want to make sure that we're having our proper respect. Mm-hmm. And the United States, who in many ways is kind of like this upstart, you know, they're like the startup in the globe. You know, we're about to celebrate 250 years. China's like 250 years. Like that's a blink of an eye when it comes to Chinese history. Mm-hmm. But also, look at what has now happened as the U.S. has pulled away from things like foreign aid and support in everywhere from Africa to South America. Who's helped to fill in that? China.
Yeah.
Right? Who has helped to come in when we're having conversations about new resources and energy supports, right? And come up with long-term energy supplies. When you have the Trump administration who's pulling away from increasing energy supplies, which, by the way, is making energy prices more expensive on everybody. I believe that we should be investing in solar and wind and nuclear and all the energy technologies that can help to make energy prices more affordable, because when you increase supply, you then can be able to decrease costs. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump is simply saying, like, nah, we're not doing any of that stuff. You know what that's going to do? It continues to drive energy prices up. Do you know who is investing in those new technologies? China. So listen, the Trump family and China have done very, very well over the past 10 months. The average American family, not so much.
We had a bunch of candidates up here, mayoral candidates from New York and governors from Jersey, and everybody talks about their relationship or wanting to work with Trump. Is that even an option with you?
Listen, I'm very clear, man. I will work with anyone. I will just bow down to no one. I'm not built that way. Like, I'm always going to fight for my people. Like, the people of my state, they understand, like I don't come from a political world. Mm-hmm. I don't come from a political family. I don't come from a political background. I'm a soldier. That's who I am. That's how I'm built. Mm-hmm. And so if someone is trying to do something that's going to benefit the people of my state, if someone's trying to do something that's going to benefit my community and my people, then I'm always interested in being able to find ways of working together, so on and so forth. The problem is I have seen nothing from this administration that shows there's an interest in that. I have seen nothing but shots at us. I've seen nothing but talk about how you're going to send National Guards into my communities. I've seen nothing but them turning down federal aid and federal supports that is justified and necessary for the people of my state. I've seen nothing but them using the Constitution like it's a suggestion box. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if you want to have a real conversation about being able to help the people of Maryland and lift us up and continue the trajectory that we've been on since my administration has come on board, I'm always down to have that conversation.
Now, as a former soldier, talk about the negative things about having soldiers put into the community.
There are so many problems with this, and it's so deeply performative. And here's a thing that gets me on a couple fronts. If he wants to have a real conversation about making our community safer, I'm here for that. I've been very clear. There is no higher priority for me than making sure that our communities are safe. I think about what's happened in Maryland. In Maryland, for the 8 years before I became the governor, we saw the homicide rate nearly double. The non-fatal shooting rate did double. Baltimore City, The year before I became the governor, in 2022, we had almost a homicide a day. And so when we came on board, I said, I am not going to be a governor that's going to sit there and give eulogies and give thoughts and prayers and not do a damn thing about actually making our community safer. So what do? I started working with Mayor Scott. I started working with Mayor Baltimore. I started working with local law enforcement. I started working with county executives around the state. We made historic investments in predictive analytics and technologies and community violence intervention groups, community violence interruption groups. And the results have been this. In the past 2.5 years, we have seen how Maryland has had amongst the fastest drops in violent crime anywhere in the United States of America, amongst the fastest drops in property crime anywhere in the United States of America. The homicide rates in the state of Maryland since I've been the governor are down nearly 25%. That we have seen in Baltimore City. The last time the homicide rate was this low in Baltimore City, I wasn't born yet. Wow. That's the kind of drops we've seen. And now, despite that, the president's talk about how we have children who are natural born killers, and he's now going to send the National Guard in our community. I'm like, first of all, your 1980s Archie Bunker mentality mindset is not going to fly because it goes against all data that's actually happening and the momentum we're actually seeing. But the other thing about it is this, man, it's that like, I know what it's like for these soldiers. I know what it's like to put on the uniform. I know what it's like to say goodbye to your family. I led soldiers overseas in Afghanistan. And so for him to continue to have this fetish of military uniforms, like it's a child, where he's going to ask these men and women to do something that he was never willing to do. Say goodbye to your family and to go to deploy and to do operations and missions that municipal policing is not something our National Guards are trained for. I'm the commander-in-chief of the Maryland National Guard. I know my guys are trained for. And that's not one of them. And I also know that if you look at what's happening in Washington, D.C. and the deployments that they're having, I can tell you that these National Guards, men and women, these citizen soldiers who are giving up their lives because they trust their commander-in-chief, have taken more selfies and they've made arrests. They've painted more fences and picked up more trash than they've actually done drug busts. So what are we talking about right now? What the president is doing, and Hegseth and all these guys, it's performative. It's offensive. It's offensive to our communities. It's offensive to these military personnel. It's offensive to their families because you're now asking them to leave their families and to do what?
And nobody ever asked him what's the long-term solution. What's the long-term solution for crime prevention? Okay, you're doing this now, but what's the long-term plan?
If he wants to have a serious conversation, I would love for the President of the United States, and I'm not holding my breath on this, to have a serious conversation about policy. Because, listen, I tell him, you know what I would love to do? I know for myself and the mayor and our county executives, we'd love to talk to you about banning Glock switches and the ability to turn these Glocks into automatic weapons. We'd love to have a conversation about banning ghost guns. We'd love to have a conversation with you about additional ATF and FBI resources and supports. I'd love to have a conversation with you about LPRs, license plate readers, so that can help to actually track down crime. I'd love to have a conversation with you about stop cutting the funding that was coming to our communities for community violence intervention groups that were actually on the ground doing the work. But he's not interested in that. But what he is interested in doing is he'll cut funding for stuff that's actually working, but then ask the American taxpayer to pay over $1 million a day so they can watch National Guard take selfies.
Are you concerned, like when you saw the meeting that, Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, and President Trump had with the U.S. military generals and admirals, are you concerned that some of those generals and admirals may go along with him and pledge loyalty to him and not the Constitution?
I remember I'm on a bunch of different group chats things with a lot of military folks who I served with and people who are still in. And I remember getting one from a buddy of mine, and he said, listen, I've oftentimes disagreed with the commander-in-chief. Not often am I embarrassed by him.
Wow.
Because I'm embarrassed.
Wow.
Because there's just a lack of seriousness that he and Hegseth are taking on this. There is, and one thing I always say is that, listen, as soldiers, we know our job. We know our oath. We took an oath to the Constitution and always protect and defend people against all enemies of this country, foreign and domestic. And we took an oath that we would always honor all lawful orders of the President of the United States. The thing that is really challenging for a lot of people right now is this blurring of a line that we are seeing from this White House about what orders are lawful and what orders are not.
Well, how do you look at the judicial system now, right? You see Trump, people get arrested, and Trump's like, that's my guy. I'm a part of him, and everything he has is wiped off. You know, oh, that's my guy. You ain't got to pay no money back. It's wiped off. It makes me look at it two ways. One, nothing serious. And two, it makes me feel like sometimes when the Democrats have a guy that went down for something that's maybe not just, that we just leave our people hanging. Or I should say, they just leave their people hanging.
Yeah.
You saw that with Marilyn Mosby.
Yeah.
100%.
So how does that make you feel when you look at the judicial system and you look at, you know, somebody that you helped try to get in office, whether it was Biden on his second term, and then you see how they take care of their people?
Yeah. You know, I remember when I first came in, I ended up winning with more individual votes than anyone who'd ever run for governor in the history of the state of Maryland, despite literally starting at 1%. Like, I don't come from any political background at all. Only one thing beat me on the ballot that year, and that was cannabis. So I was like, yo, who is cannabis? And how they so popular? But at the same time that I was
definitely voted for cannabis.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the same time that I was elected governor of Maryland, Maryland voted to have a recreational cannabis market. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, so we're going to make sure that it's rolled out in a safe and a smooth and an equitable way. And at the same time, there is no way that I'm going to celebrate the benefits of legalization if we do not address the consequences of criminalization. Mm-hmm. So we got to work. And I ended up signing the largest mass pardon in the history of the United States of America when I pardoned over 175,000 misdemeanor cannabis convictions in the stroke of a pen. And saying, like, you know, we cannot treat every sentence like a life sentence, where we got a new $1 billion market in the state of Maryland, but I got people who can't get a barber's license, right? That was how we can utilize the power of the pardon in a way that actually supports the people, in a way that actually helps to right some of these wrongs that have been taking place before. There's a very humble responsibility that I know I take, where I'm one of 51 people on the planet that have the ability to pardon, right? All of our state's governors and the president of the United States. Those are the only ones that have the ability to look at somebody and say, we are going to forgive you of the past issue you might have been involved with. We're going to make sure we can clean up your record to make sure we can give you a second chance at life. It's a very unique power. And I think about Donald Trump, man. And the first thing that he did when he got back into office this time was pardon the people on January 6th. Mm-hmm. There is just, so everything that I'm seeing right now, none of it surprises me. Because the man told you who he was and who he was going to fight for. And so I think that, you know, I'm thankful that we have a legal system in some cases that is helping to hold the line. I'm thankful that we have judges that are actually honoring the law and not bending the knee. Yet at the same time, you know, this weaponization of our legal system that we continue to see, and frankly, this very loose way that he is using a very specific and powerful ability to pardon, I think is more just a continuation of the case.
Well, I got 3 more questions because I know you on a time schedule. Okay, how are you handling the pressure you're facing to redistrict Maryland?
Well, I'm very clear. Listen, Maryland, if we have this country and we have Donald Trump who is picking and choosing which states should redistrict, and people remember why we're even having this conversation, right? The reason why we're having this conversation is because what issue is Donald Trump going to run on in the midterm elections?
You're right.
I made all your prices higher, right? I fired a bunch of people and driven up the unemployment rate. We've made our communities less safe. But hey, vote for me. You're not going to win on that. So what do? You change the rules. Mm-hmm. You rig the game. Frankly, it's a simple continuation of what this man has done his entire life, right? And so my point is this. If Donald Trump is calling individual states and individual Republican states and saying, I need you to find me a congressperson here. I need you to do this. I need you to find me a fair map. Then my point is this. If all these states are going to have conversations about do they have a fair map, so will Maryland.
You have to. You got to fight fire with fire. Former Vice President Kamala Harris said it last week. You got to fight fire with fire.
If these states are going to talk about do they have a fair map, then you know what? Maryland needs to decide, do we have a fair map too?
That's right.
Do we have a fair map? And I can tell you right now, if you look at our congressional districts and people talk about, I don't like gerrymandering. I hate gerrymandering. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous right now that less than 10% of all congressional seats are actually competitive. the average congressperson ends up winning by like 20, 30, 40 points. So all you got to do is make it past the primary, and you're good, right? So this entire system is gerrymandered right now. And so if we are going to talk about what does it mean to have fair maps, and what does it mean to have systems where people can actually be heard and represented, and you have people choosing their representatives and not representatives choosing their people, then you know what? Add Maryland to that list who should have that conversation too.
Absolutely. This is my last question. I want you to talk about this because, I saw you get a little flack because you vetoed a measure to create a commission to study potential slavery reparations in the state of Maryland. But to me, you had a valid reason. If people actually heard your whole statement.
Exactly. I mean, listen, what I said was, I'm a person of action. I don't need more studies. I mean, like, we've done 4 studies over the past 20 years on similar type of elements.
One of 7.
So 4 studies over the past 20 years.
Okay.
By the way, one of which my wife worked on.
Gotcha.
And so when we're now talking about doing a 2-year study on something that I already know the answer to, I'm like, what are we studying? And this was my point. I think about the work, and again, I'm not saying that this issue was not worth working on. In fact, frankly, I've been working very closely with the members of our caucus and members of the community around a whole series of these issues. It's the reason that we just authorized $400 million for our Just Community Initiative, which made sure that we're putting $400 million of additional capital into communities that have been the subject and have been truly hurt by racist and discriminatory policies, things like redlining, things like mass incarceration, things like mass highway constructions, which were cutting off neighborhoods, that we said we are going to identify all those communities and neighborhoods, and we're starting off with just $400 million that's going specifically to those neighborhoods to address the racist policies of the past. It's the reason that we've done things like historic investments in our HBCUs, because they've been historically neglected and pulled back on. Maryland has 4 remarkable HBCUs. We're putting historic investments back into them. It's the reason we've done things like the mass pardons and giving people a second chance at life, because who do people think that is going to benefit most? It's the reason that we've done things like procurement reform and created black millionaires inside of the state of Maryland. I am unapologetic about the support for our black community, for the support for black people who oftentimes have been the fabric and the backbone for so much of our society. And I know right now, when we are watching this assault on our communities, when we're watching, the Trump administration now end up firing more black women than we have seen in a generation, that we have now seen our insurance being pulled away, grants going to entrepreneurs, that everything that is connected to diversity, equity, inclusion, that they are making illegal. We don't need a 2-year study right now, man. I need action. I need action. And so that was the point that we were trying to make, is that in this time, in this crisis moment, I don't need a study.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Let's get on with it.
We appreciate you for joining us, running for re-election in 2026.
My cousin.
Governor of Maryland. Governor Wes Moore, thank you for joining us, brother.
Appreciate y'all.
It's
Thank
the
you, guys.
Breakfast Club. Good morning. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren becoming a straight fact.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
What was the latest?
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
So Diddy may be pardoned this week. This news comes from a high-ranking White House official. It's an alleged report. I reached out and didn't get any response, true or not true, on this. So I don't know, where that leaves us. But according to a high-ranking White House official, they told TMZ that Trump is considering commuting Diddy's sentence as early as this week. Now, according to this source, Trump is going back and forth on this. And there are some White House staff that are saying, don't do it. Leave it alone. He wasn't supporting you. But the source made it clear Trump is going to do what he wants, so it can happen as early as this week. Now, y'all remember when there was, some of Diddy's attorneys that were doing interviews and saying that they were having conversations with Trump, and then they came back out and said they weren't having the conversations. So this source is saying that even when all that back and forth was happening, there were really conversations going on. And the day after Diddy was sentenced, the conversation started again, and that was the same week that Trump, remember that clip of him went viral when he said that Diddy just asked for a pardon? So, all that is happening. So, Diddy has served, 13 months at this point. He was sentenced to 4 years and 2 months. But if this happens, none of that will matter. So we'll have to wait to see what happens.
And you're going to come home and be, you got to come home and be Trump's hoe now.
Oh, my God. 100%.
When they do that UFC fight on the White House lawn, you will be the performance. You will be the live entertainment. You will be shaking ass.
Yeah,
for MAGA.
He has to.
But how was this information getting leaked, right? When George Santos just got pardoned, nobody knew until it was done. I feel like they keep talking about it, and it allows people to shoot it down.
And it'll be a way to stop it before it happens.
I mean, to be honest with you, they probably might have been talking about George Santos getting a pardon. That's not my algorithm.
Yeah, mine either.
Diddy is our algorithm.
And to be honest with you, this is going to be a great PR thing for Trump. So how do things get leaked? They get leaked when people want you to know what might be happening. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, at the same time as this news came, like literally right before this news broke, there was a notice filed by Diddy's attorney, Alexandra Shapiro, who is in charge of his appeal. And they basically just put the court on notice that in 4 to 6 weeks, they're going to be appealing the sentence. So either way, they're like, okay, from what we hear from this source, it's like either they're going to do what they're doing with Trump and he's going to come home, or they're going to try and appeal it to bring him home as well. And I did ask my source if Diddy is going to be involved in like figuring out what the angle of the appeal is and all the things, because he was super involved during the trial. And they said, of course he will be. Yeah. Of course, but he's in really great hands because she's one of the best attorneys at this in the game. So
they need to do a reality show based on Trump's pardon process. I just want to know. I just want to know how he comes to the conclusions that this individual needs pardons. I just would love to see it.
It's probably like a board that he spins.
Hilarious.
And tick, 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 tick.
I just want to see it.
Yeah. Well, in other news, Janet Jackson did not make Tupac take an AIDS test before the kissing scene in Poetic Justice.
What?
That was a huge rumor.
Yes.
Man, what, in the 1990 now rumor?
Yeah. It came back up again. So it came back up.
It was never cleared up. I really thought that's what she did. That's what I think a lot of people did.
Well, actually, it was cleared up.
It was cleared up a bunch of times.
I don't remember.
Tupac talked about it. Janet talked about it.
John Singleton talked about it on Drink Champs some years ago.
That's crazy. This is the first time I ever heard about it.
Well, okay, so let's take a listen to what John Singleton said when he cleared it up years ago on Drink Champs, and then I'll get into why it came up again. Let's take a listen.
What's that with Pac? Is that serious, that whole AIDS thing?
No, that was not serious. That was a joke that we was having on the set. The real talk is Tupac was attracted to Janet. I was attracted to Janet. We're both trying to like flirt with her and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know if I should have you kissing on my actress because, you've been around doing all this. Pac was just coming in his own there, right? And I was like, man, that. I was like, hell yeah, you know what? You're going to have to do an AIDS test before y'all do this love scene. It was a joke between...
She said that?
No, me.
Oh, you said that. Okay.
It's, it's me salting out my on the set before. Just like, talking. And then we're like, oh, we should use this. We should put this out. And so that's what we did.
As a publicity thing?
As a publicity thing. We just did that
That was mad.
But it was just...
And everybody got mad at Janet Jackson about that.
But it was just us talking on the set and everything like this, and it was an inside joke.
By the way, that was 2017. I guess we live in an era where you got to repeat the same thing over and over every 10 years just so people.
Not even that.
get it.
It's so much content. Yeah, I never heard that. So much content. I never heard it.
Right, but also too. So there's a new book that just came out. It's called "Only God Can Judge Me: The Many Lives of Tupac Shakur," and it talks about this in the book. And the author of the book, says that he's spoken to people on the set who recalled that incident. And there's an excerpt that was released to certain outlets which brought this back up. So here we are, re-explaining or rehashing it, but we have it right from John Singleton that it did not happen that way. Yeah, so that is it for the latest this morning, guys.
That's all you got?
For second hour. I have one more, actually. We can do a congratulations to Taraji, speaking of John Singleton, because she just signed a 2-picture deal with Netflix. Did you guys see that announcement?
Oh, okay. Drop a quick month to Taraji P.
Yeah.
I just auditioned for one of them roles, too.
Which one? Oh, well, you probably can't tell me yet.
Nope. Okay. But I just auditioned for one of them roles.
That would be a part of her deal?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so they tell you...
part of one of the movies that she doing.
That's so cool.
I hope you get it.
Yeah, me too.
I hope it too.
That's fire. So they tell you like this is a part of that. So you knew this news before it was out.
I know.
No.
You take off to go shoot that movie.
All I did.
And Loren filling in. I don't want to see no scoffing. Huh?
What?
Hey, yo.
What happened now?
What are we talking about?
What? Oh my God.
All right, thank you for the latest with Loren. Charlamagne, who you giving your donkey to?
Michael Jackson need to come to the front of the congregation.
You better stop it.
No.
You better stop it.
Michael Jackson need to come to the front of the congregation.
You better stop it.
We like to have a word with him, and I don't want to hear nothing from none of y'all.
You just played Thriller earlier.
Michael Jackson needs to come to the front of the congregation.
How can he come to the front of the congregation?
Good question,
in
Jess.
spirit. Okay, you see Lauren like this. We will discuss.
All right.
You tried. You trying to make people mad.
We'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
With the donkey.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
A bunch of donkeys around here.
With the hee-haw.
Yes, you are a donkey.
What the hell? What the hell?
What more do you need, you donkey?
Some donkey todays just sell themselves.
Charlamagne, give it to him. Breakfast Club all day. Give it to him.
Oh, man, Charlamagne. Who you giving Donkey of the Day to, man?
Well, Donkey today for Tuesday, October 21st, goes to a Southeast Kansas man named Michael Jackson, okay? And not the one who sang Billie Jean. I need y'all to know that, okay? The Crawford County Sheriff's Office made that perfectly clear. They literally said verbatim, not the one who sang Billie Jean. We are such an unserious people, okay? Now, let me tell y'all something, and I really want y'all to remember this. If you don't listen to another word that ever comes out of Uncle Charlotte's mouth, just please listen to this, okay? Whenever someone tells you to not call the cops about something, call the cops about that something, okay? That's just a pretty good rule of thumb to follow. See, what had happened was Michael Jackson stole a 2003 Chevrolet Silverado, and deputies received the call that a man had pulled into a residence and asked the homeowner for gas and to not call the cops. See, this man, Michael Jackson, stole the car, didn't have no gas in the car, and then pulled into a random stranger's house asking for gas. Michael Jackson, you don't know how any of this works, do you? Okay, you think you can just steal a truck, pull up to a random stranger's house for gas, and then moonwalk out of the situation like that's normal? Absolutely not. Okay, now let's discuss, all right? When stealing a car, make sure the car got gas in it, okay? Why the hell would you steal a car that may or may not have enough gas in it, okay? What if you need to do a quick getaway? What if the cops are chasing you and you on E, okay? Michael Jackson, you supposed to be a smooth criminal, okay? Not to mention, why would you stop at some random stranger's house for gas? Where was Exxon? Where was Wawa? Where was Spanx? Where was Shell? The Michael Jackson I know said don't stop till you get enough. You had to stop because you needed gas. Y'all are not the same. Okay, see, I love people who plan all the way to the end, all right? That's Law 29 and the 48 Laws of Power. Make detailed plans with a clear ending. Think far ahead. Take into account all possible developments. Plan all the way to the end. And don't be swayed by wishful thinking. Then pursue your plans and don't be tempted from your path. See, this Michael Jackson didn't do that. And when you want to be starting something, you have to know how that starting going to end, because the only thing this Michael Jackson got started was a police report, okay? I just don't understand people sometimes, man. Folks commit crimes so ridiculous that I think they do it on purpose. Okay, times are hard out here. Housing is not affordable. 42 million people are at risk of losing their food stamps right now, okay? There are some with no home, not a nickel alone. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone? If you don't got nothing else going on in life, maybe jail is a viable option. Okay, some people don't have no family. Some people don't care about freedom like that. But I wish that I could have told Michael Jackson, you are not alone. Okay, you don't have to do this, all right? There is a place for you in this society, but I can't make you believe that, all right? The change you seek starts with you. Yes, the man in the mirror, Michael, I'm asking you to change your petty criminal ways. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Change. Please give this Southeast Kansas man named Michael Jackson the biggest hee-hee.
Yo.
No hee-haw. Just you
That's it?
That's it. You get the biggest hee-hee.
I just want to let anybody know that if you steal my car or my wife's car, give yourself a little extra time to go to the gas station.
Like, that's crazy.
We ain't never got no gas for some reason in the car.
Yo. You gave him a hee.
There we go.
That's what he's going to say when they ask him what's his gender during the intake process. Yes.
Say, nigga, are you okay? Are you okay, nigga? That's so funny.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day, sir. Now, when we come back, Jeremy Renner will be joining us. You know,
Hawkeye.
Mayor of Kingston, Hawkeye. Season 4 of Mayor of Kingston will be out Sunday, this Sunday, October 26th. So we're going to talk
to... it was Kingstown. Is Kingstown?
Or Kingstown.
Kingstown.
I was about to say that. You made a white man the mayor of Jamaica.
Yes.
God damn.
Mayor of Kingstown. Kingstown.
Also known as Hansel. From Hansel and Gretel.
All right. All right. We'll talk to him next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
I feel like I know him.
Feel like you know him?
I mean, I know Hawkeye. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying. I've been watching him for like the past 20 years, it feels like.
Jeremy Renner, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you feeling, man?
Breakfast Club. Feeling good.
Early in the morning?
Very happy. Very blessed to be here.
Mayor of Kingstown Season 4 is coming.
That's right, man. That's been a wonderful job. Yeah, I love it, man. It's pretty exciting. We got a, especially this far into the series. It's the best season so far because I think just because when you know the characters,
better than season 1.
Huh?
You said better than season 1?
Well, yeah. Just because the audience will know all the characters, so now we can take all this instead of having a bunch of B and C and D storylines, we can put everybody into the same narrative. So we're all kind of like more watching a movie type of vibe. So pretty excited about that. And there's a lot of amazing characters in the show too. It's pretty diverse.
You played everything from blue collar heroes, the conflicted anti-heroes. What kind of roles challenge you the most at this stage?
Yeah, I think like all those. I think, if you play a bad guy, it's got to be something pretty conflicted. You might, where the audience kind of has a great understanding of why he's a bad guy. And a good guy, you have to have things go wrong for you. Otherwise, we don't have a story, right? So I just look for always complicated characters. I think that's whether you ride the line of. I think I've even kind of built a career of like, is he a good guy or a bad guy? You're not quite sure. He does, or he's both, or just like every human being on the planet, there's a lot of good in a lot of us, and then we can do bad behavior, but can still be a good person, right? These are all just very human sort of traits and behaviors. So I'm kind of attracted to those.
Is it hard to get out of that space when you dive so deep into like those moral gray areas, especially like on a show like Kingstown?
No, yeah. There's such like when I put that suit on, there's just an energy to think. Same with if I suit up for Hawkeye or whatever it might be. It's easy once you shed the skin of the actual skin, you can really kind of emotionally and psychologically, shed that. So you kind of have to. You have to practice that.
No, now in the Mayor of King.
How do you see your character, Mike, on the show? Or do you see him as superhero, anti-hero, something in between? How do you?
I don't know if hero is in there. I think I think there's a moral code to him that's an ethics to him that I'm attracted to, even though it might come with some moral gray area as well, being, coming from incarceration. And, but I think, there's something selfless about Mike McCluskey that I'm attracted to. So that does make him more heroic or more good, I think, than bad, even though there are some moral, gray areas with him. But I think the intention behind him is always forthright and being selfless.
When you look at how you play the Mayor of Kingstown in this show, and then you look at today's America and some of the things that politics is doing now, how do you compare the same?
I think McCluskey's kind of needed, we need, I think, someone that can kind of grease the wheels on all sides and all kind of smooth the edges of people. I think there's a lot of divisiveness that kind of goes on, and a lot of things that can divide us. And I think what's important is to unite us all, just like in Mayor Kingstown, in that world of incarceration. There's people waiting for people to get out of the prison. There's people waiting to get out of prison. There's some people that work in the prison and all different levels of incarceration. How that world works, I think there has to be some sort of grease to kind of unite people in all these different perspectives. It happens all the time in real life with just the prison guard life is a very brutal job, or just being incarcerated. That's a very brutal sort of place and space to be. I think they just had a really cool documentary that came out that was shot in the prison.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah,
I was talking about that.
Dude, it's such an amazing. I just saw it. I don't know. I can't remember what it was on. It was on Netflix or something. But
was it something about Alabama?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was in Birmingham Friday, and everybody was talking about it. I meant to watch it this weekend.
Yeah, but it's sort of like kind of injustices that go on, and in incarceration, and so anyways, I just think it's like I think there is a kind of great need for that, like the morally gray area guy to come in and be able to listen to everybody. I think kind of that's what sort of politicians should do.
Do you think we should do that more? I was going to ask, because in Mayor of Kingstown, you deal with the bad guys and the good guys.
Correct.
But you are the kind of keeping the peace with that side. And I feel like sometimes with mayors and governors, or even, well, I can't even say president, but mayors and governors, seems like they stay away from the bad guys. Like they just mess with the good guys where they can't make sure there is peace.
Yeah, you know what? I think like money just sort of pushes us around and it forces our hand. And I think capitalism is sort of like the crushing of humanity for us right now. And I don't really lead that way. I kind of lead with a more open heart. And but yeah, I think you're supposed to serve the people, but to serve the people, you have to listen to the people, understand the people, but also the people have to speak out. And right, we have to be vocal, and everybody needs to be witnessed, right? Everybody needs to be understood.
Yeah.
And when we don't feel that way, we get divided, right? And I think we need to find ways to unite, man, because that's what we are. That's how we survive. That's how we succeed. That's how we flourish.
Even if you can't fully understand a person's, story, understand their existence as a human. Like I think the golden rule that we learned as kids, just apply that to everything.
Right? Exactly. Third grade playground rules. That's my sort of like religion, if you will. It's like all that third grade playground stuff. It's like treat people like you want to be treated, like all that stuff. And it's like if we operate from that accord. If we got like tax breaks for applying those rules, like, we'd be doing it more often. So I think it's important to, at least it's how I think we can all even agree that that's going to work for all of us.
That would be crazy. Tax breaks based on
for being
behavior.
kind. Yeah, for being kind, for walking someone across the street, or a tax break. Yeah. Then you got everybody hugging each other and walking each other, mowing each other's lawns.
I love that.
Right? I mean, that's just called community. That's called humanity, right?
Yeah.
And I think we're in a system that doesn't allow for that to happen, sadly.
Now, I wanted to go back a little bit a couple of years ago, right? I remember you were all over the news in 2023. A 14,000-pound snowplow ran you over. You were saving your nephew. Yeah. They say that, they had to revive you. And they said that you were even upset that they revived you because it was like, so break that down. What happened? Please tell us.
Yeah. That was an incident that happened in my driveway on New Year's Day. And, it's a lot. I had to spend a lot of time writing a book about it even. So there's a lot of healing that goes on in that. But yeah, it's like a near-death experience, essentially. And it's an incident that transpired that, I have like zero regrets about it. I'd do it again if the same instance would happen. Maybe I'd go about it a little bit differently. But
you saved your nephew, right?
Yeah, my nephew. Yeah, he was at risk. He was going to get ran over by the machine, so I tried to jump back on. I got knocked off of this tank-like machine and tried to jump back on it. And it has like these tank tracks, and it's a stupid thing ultimately really to do. But what else are you going to do? I'm not going to sit there and watch him get crushed. So I tried to jump onto the machine to stop it, and then I got crushed instead. And, but at any rate, we know the end of the story. I'm here and flourishing and happy, and I learned so many great things and gifts that came from dying and coming back.
So you actually died?
Yeah.
Did you see heaven, or did you?
Well, I don't know if we call it heaven, but I guess a version of it is it's pretty amazing. What was really strange though about it all is like I have very specific sort of feelings about it privately, and then there's this doctor I talked to that I talked with on this on the Oprah show that she has, and this guy, all he does is deal with near-death experiences, and then he spoke about sort of the general sort of ideas of things that people experience. Over the 40 years he's been studying it. And by the time they got to me to ask me questions, I had nothing to say. The guy almost said word for word what I wrote in the book about my personal experience. And it ends up being like really common with everybody that has a near-death experience. So it's not that I didn't feel special or anything. I just felt like it's actually felt more concrete, resolved about what does happen when you pass or when you almost pass. Or I certainly went away for a minute. For I don't know how much time, it doesn't matter, but it's a pretty interesting experience. And then to know that I wasn't alone in it, that it wasn't just sort of my, one-time shot at it. It was there's something really concrete about it, and it's beautiful, and it's ultimately, in the short of it, I think, just about love. And it's the only thing sort of you take with you, because like hate, right? A very, very powerful human emotion. It could run a country on it. Love sadly can't, even though it's pretty powerful human emotion, right? But hate only exists on the tails of love, because hate burns hot and fast, and then it dies. So you can't hate forever, but you can love forever. It's perpetuity, and that's something you kind of take with you. And it's a beautiful, it's how I kind of continue on as I walk through the day and breathe through the day, and feel blessed and honored to be here. But I only focus on shared experiences with love and people I care about, and nothing else really matters outside that.
Did it make you appreciate God even more?
I don't know if it's about appreciating God more. I think it's about I think I appreciate like love more, or I really just wiped away all the white noise of nonsense that I gave credence to. There's so many things that I gave value to that doesn't really have any value, and I continue down that path, whether that's a path of God or not. It's just like I just only do things that are very purposeful and very intended. I don't do anything otherwise. I don't do anything I don't do anything with my one toe. It's either all in or not. Everything I do is with great purpose and great clarity. And it's very freeing, right? When we allow ourselves to not get our own way, not to just be so focused on what we really want and what we really want, and like what really has value. And I had to go to the nth degree, right, to learn that. I mean, it's partially why I was kind of writing a book about it. Maybe if anybody else could grab onto some of the blessings, because I got so many great gifts and blessings from being tested to my limits and squeezing all the crap out of me, I suppose.
The book is My Next Breath.
Yeah.
Is it true that Marvel reportedly cut your salary in half because of the snowplow incident? That was
not because of the snowplow incident.
Okay.
No, it's just because if they want to do season 2 and they're just offered half the amount to do season 2, I'm like, yeah, of course I'd love to do it, but it's going to take a lot of physical work to get back into it. So, and also just the timing, because it would take a little bit more time for me to physically do the role. And maybe I just wasn't ready last year. It's like maybe it'll happen, in a year or two to come, But because I was still in recovery right now, it will be for the rest of my life. But I'm just getting stronger every day,
Are you in Doomsday and Secret Wars and all that stuff?
No.
Damn.
No.
Are you afraid? Because it's the multiverse now. They can just bring another Hawkeye from another dimension. Pay him half.
Yeah, there you go. If they want to do that, they can go ahead. By all means, you can do that. I'm pretty busy myself.
Our script was the script, because I always think about this one line, right? It was an Endgame. And it was when y'all was arguing about after Natalia died. Natalie.
Oh, yeah,
Natalie
yeah.
died. And you say, maybe you want to go talk to him, okay? Go grab your hammer and you go fly and talk to him. I'm like, it just sounded off in the script. I don't know why.
It's probably because I made that one up.
You did, right?
Yeah.
I there's no way somebody wrote that.
You were right, Evie.
They told you to improvise in that moment?
Well, the best line can always win, especially, but that's not a comedic one. Usually it's about comedy stuff. Well, if we throw in something that's very charactery, it's like it's never. You can be loose with some things. It depends on the. You never want to mess with the obvious storylines and things like that, and things have to always be truthful. So, but that was like a very heated sort of, kind of human.
You're grieving.
Yeah, and a lot of us are in it's where the whole dude chucked something across the lake, and I think everyone's got their own feelings, but. Yeah, and also Hawkeye doesn't have any superpower. He's not really like a superhero. He is, but he's he's like the dad of the Marvel universe in a lot of ways. So that line is just something very sort of kind of pragmatic of you can go fly around with your superpower, super Fabio, whatever thing, right? It's just something truthful as you can be.
I want to ask you something in regards to Marvel. You've had some controversies. Allegations your ex-wife made about you, but why did Marvel stick with you but was quick to discard somebody like Jonathan Majors?
I don't know. I don't know if there's what's the difference between gossip and then the difference between anything else. I don't know enough about Jonathan and his situation to know. I I know they had big plans for that character. That's for sure. So whatever transpired, that sucks. I think if due diligence, I think really has to be played out. So I don't know enough information to know.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't seem fair in how it happened. I mean, y'all situations have nothing to do with each other, but I'm just talking about the overall, arc of Marvel.
Yeah. Well, that I think there's a bigger kind of scope to that. To the idea of public opinion becoming part of like a court process or something like that. It's like, well, how about law and all that? Like when did public opinion become more valuable than the actual truth or real, anything on any situation?
Absolutely.
Right? And we've had that for a while, ever since with media and social media and all that sort of stuff, sort of connectivity, and I think it's kind of dangerous, if you ask me.
I agree.
I think it's pretty dangerous. Like all the cancel culture and all that sort of stuff. It's like, wow, man, that just makes me want to run and hide from and why put yourself out there and do anything for anybody at all? It's like, it's really kind of
anybody can say anything.
Yeah, and they can, and it's so silly. Like,
and don't get me wrong, I'm glad Marvel didn't. Right, I'm glad Marvel saw allegations for what they was and stuck by you. I just wonder why they didn't extend that same grace to somebody like Jonathan. You see him on video running away from a situation.
Yeah. I don't know. I do not know.
Well, we appreciate you for joining us. Season 4, Mayor of Kingstown.
This man sings. Are you still doing music?
I still do music. Music's always been like number one in my life.
What type of music? Pop, country, rap? What are you talking about?
He does not rap, yo.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't rap. Yeah.
So you still are making music because it is your passion.
Yeah. I still do music. Just haven't had the time. I've been kind of, since the incident, I just prioritized my time right now, and it's with my family, my daughter, and my health, and then my foundation.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. Jeremy Renner, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you check out Season 4, Mayor of Kingstown, premieres on the 26th on Paramount Plus, and it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren becoming a straight fact.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
So you guys remember the LeBron fan who had sued LeBron because he went out and brought the tickets thinking LeBron was retiring?
Mm-hmm. Or was about to sue or something like that. Yeah.
Well, no, he was
put a lawsuit.
Yeah, he was in court, not in court, but he had put it in. Mm-hmm. So his name is Andrew Garcia, and it was a small claims court where that was filed. But he has recently put in docs to dismiss the lawsuit. And I talked to him last night. So
you spoke to him last night.
Yes, I spoke to him last night. So the docs that he put in basically say that there was a company, a sports betting company, that reached out to him and said, you know what, we saw your story. Well, and he alleges they offered him 2 tickets to any Lakers game and some merchandise. So he's like, you know what, I can't resell the tickets that I have right now. At least I'll get to go to a Lakers game. So he says he took the offer, and he has put in the documents that he needs to put in to dismiss the lawsuit. Now, he says that the company that reached out is Prize Picks. I have reached out to Prize Picks and have not heard back from them. And what he says is that he's going to be attending the game against the Spurs on November 5th. They gave him an option of a couple different games, but that's the one that he chose. And he says that, in the first place, it wasn't about money or trying to get a ton of money. He just wanted his money back because he says things are expensive right now. With the way that the economy is set up right now, things are expensive.
He bought those tickets, though.
And he says that he's been a lifelong LeBron fan.
I told y'all he had a little case. Y'all looked at me like I was crazy.
They ain't got no case.
They settled with him.
It wasn't LeBron.
That wasn't LeBron. You know what I mean? But I think that they reached out and did it because they knew people would talk about it. So it's a good little plug for them. But also, it's just a nice thing to do.
And I didn't say he would, win. I just thought that, I've heard more ridiculous things brought to court.
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
That wasn't ridiculous to me.
Yeah. Well, he'll be attending that game, and he'll be there having a good time. And it's 2 tickets, so he'll be able to take somebody with him.
No.
And he says
Did he ask you to go with him?
No, why would he ask me?
I don't know. You on the phone with him,
No, he didn't ask me.
People be on LL, boy.
He didn't ask me.
They be out here making songs about Loren.
Somebody made a whole song about you.
It's stupid, though.
It is not.
It is dumb.
It's not dumb.
It don't even make no sense.
Somebody's professing their love for her.
Well, I like the part. I heard the song.
Professing their love.
What's his name?
Y'all gonna talk about it? Y'all ain't even got the song.
I didn't play it.
I'm Loren like LaRosa.
Yeah. Well, we don't even have it. Charlamagne.
I don't know what he meant. He said he Loren like LaRosa.
He basically saying he's
the voice of the culture.
Trying to be the voice of the culture through his music. So shout out to him.
Don't have his name. Don't even have the song. But I was gonna say, so he got 2 games because he still has the tickets to the games that he overpaid for though.
Yeah, he still has those tickets, so he can go to that if he wants to too. But then he was offered these as well.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
That's 4 tickets.
Good for you.
Well, you know what it means.
That's 4. So it could be him, your 2 boyfriends, and you. That's crazy.
That's 6, 7.
6, 7. No, I don't even have to do that because I don't have to. It's just a way to get out of things.
I know that's right.
Yep.
Wow.
Now, in other news, speaking of LeBron, Stephen A. has some more choice words about LeBron. Yeah. Now, okay. Now let me preface this with saying, because people are coming at Stephen A. like he's just on this I hate LeBron tour. People are asking him questions and he's answering them. But also, prior to this statement you guys are about to hear him make, he talks about the fact that in his job, he's not a publicist for these celebrities. He reports on them and celebrities get upset, but he does his due diligence to make sure that they don't. But he can't help it when they do. And that's what happened with LeBron. Let's take a listen to Stephen A. on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn.
We get to LeBron. I don't like his not a little bit. This dates back more than a decade. I believe he's one way publicly, he's another way privately. The things he says and the things he has said to people, it's gotten back to me. If it were up to him, I wouldn't be where I am today. The day that he rolled up on me courtside, it was the day my contract was announced, that I had stayed with ESPN. Go back and look at the camera angles. How is it we got one angle and the only angle you see was of him and his face, but you see the back of my peanut head?
Do you think you felt set up in that moment?
Damn right I did. Because I go on the air the next day and I'm like, that's a dad reacting to his son. Happens on a Thursday, that's a Friday, that's Saturday. Richard Jefferson is doing the game in Boston. He's still mic'd. He's working for ESPN. And we see LeBron say to him, yo man, when he said as a father, I had it. So I'm thinking, oh, that's not about Bronny, that's about you.
Hey, salute to Stephen A. Smith. For the wise man from Queens with a peanut head once said, we don't care. Okay, somebody needs to send Stephen A. his own gift. I am tired of hearing that story. I've heard that story a million times on a million different podcasts. The
sad thing
we don't care.
But I guess he does all these interviews and they ask him the same questions.
I'm a 7 a.m. in Brooklyn listener. I haven't listened to this at 7 p.m. in Brooklyn listener, but I haven't listened to that one yet. Sounds like he volunteered that one.
I don't know.
He said, let's get to LeBron. I don't know if they did or not. But my point is, I don't care. Like, we've heard this story. Like, how many times have we heard the story this year from Stephen A?
Just this week, I've listened to. I asked y'all before we did it. I was like, "Are y'all Stephen A. LeBron exhausted?" And you know what I mean? Because I thought y'all would be. Because
I am.
We've heard it a lot. But, I mean, he also talked about, him and Carmelo had like a little hiccup at one point. And he talked about that because he said he reported a story, didn't wait to hear back from Carmelo. And Melo called him and was like, why would you do? Like, he's talking about a bunch of things in the interview on the Pivot.
That episode.
Yeah, but I just don't want to keep hearing the same story over and over. I've heard the story about the encounter between him and LeBron over and over and over and over again. I don't know what the point. What am I supposed to do with this information at this point? I'm just saying. I just want to know.
I don't know.
I just want to know. I just want to know.
The first time you heard it, what were you supposed to do with the information?
The first time it was something new. It was his perspective. It's cool. The first time you hear it, but then you hear it over and over on every podcast. It's like, all right, okay, Stephen A.
But all right, well then that means people need to stop asking them about the same situation. Then because there you see, he still got the same answer.
I don't. Yeah. I don't even know if he's being asked. I don't know the context. I don't know.
You just think he just jumped out the window and was like, LeBron. All right. Well, that's the latest with Loren. Thank you, Loren.
And happy birthday to both of Kanye exes, Kim Kardashian and Amber Rose. How he do that?
Wait, hold on.
It's Kim K birthday and Amber Rose.
Wow.
It sure is.
Men be dating with attention.
Don't they? It would have been my good sister Jazz Fly's born day too, Jasmine Waters. So rest in peace, Jazz Fly.
All right.
Yes.
Well, let's get to the mix. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club.
Where you at this weekend? Well, first of all, thank you to Jeremy Renner for pulling up. Make sure y'all check out season 4 of Mayor of Kingstown.
Absolutely.
And salute to Governor Wes Moore. He just announced that he's running for re-election of governor in Maryland.
And he's going to win, because that's what we do in Maryland.
Oh, no, they love Governor Wes Moore in Maryland.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Even though 50-something% of the people say they don't know.
They don't know why.
But they love him. It's the vibes, y'all.
Vibes. Where you at this weekend, Jess?
I am actually in Philly this weekend, but that is a private event that I'm doing. But October 31st and November 1st, I will be in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Comedy Zone. So get your tickets if you haven't yet. Yes, that's Halloween. And the first day of November, that's a Friday and a Saturday. We got 4 shows that weekend, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. So JessHilariousOfficial.com for your tickets. I will be doing meet and greet. And again, I'm giving away a cash prize to the best Halloween costume. So get your ass in them seats.
All right.
Listen, I want to tell. Okay.
I was going to say, this Friday, I'm going to be at Hampton's homecoming. I'll be at Strawberry Banks Friday. I can't wait to see all the alum. I know it's a bunch of schools homecoming. I think it's Howard's homecoming. I think it's Norfolk State's homecoming. But yeah, Hampton homecoming this Friday. And then Saturday, guess where I'm at?
Where you at?
My island of Dominica. Hey. I got to get me a Dominica flag so I can wave it at Carnival.
You don't know what you want to be. You don't know if you want to be Dominica, Dominican, gay. You just all over the place.
Oh my God.
Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
We got the gay flag. I need the Dominica flag.
Okay.
Oh, so a gay Dominican.
No, I'm not gay, man. But I just
gay
need a
Dominican.
Okay, gay Dominican.
No, I'm not gay. I just need a Dominica flag.
Okay.
Okay,
whatever
let's
you need,
get
brother. I support you either way, man. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
Yeah. I don't have no problem with what you're doing.
All right.
Right. And I want to tell everybody, this weekend is the University of South Carolina's homecoming, man. And on Friday, I will be at the Colonial Life Arena with the Icon Living, Coach Dawn Staley of the South Carolina women's Gamecock basketball team. You know, she put out a book earlier this year, Uncommon Favor. It's been on the New York Times bestsellers list for weeks, but she's doing an event this Friday at the Colonial Life Arena at 4:30 p.m., and I will be moderating that conversation. And then the women's basketball team has an exhibition game right after our conversation against Anderson. So go get your tickets, man, and join us this Friday, 4:30 p.m., Colonial Life Arena at the University of South Carolina. Go get your tickets. Come watch us have that conversation, and then we're going to watch the exhibition game between the women's basketball team, man.
All right, and also Loren's going to be actually in Norfolk. You're going to be in Norfolk State, right?
Yes, Norfolk State Alumni Fest. It's their alumni homecoming weekend, and I'm kicking off the party this Friday, October 24th.
Yeah, you probably got to stop by mine first, to get the
You
turn up
Friday?
right.
I thought y'all was like Saturday.
No, well, we Friday. I DJ Friday, and we got to get you a Mike Vick jersey too.
Oh no, I'm wearing Deshaun Jackson's jersey when they come and play Del State.
That's
on the
definitely,
30th.
but you going to Norfolk State's homecoming. You need a Mike Vick jersey.
No, she don't.
Still love
she not
who
like
I love.
you. Everybody don't D-ride like
I'm
you.
supporting
Friday,
the black
October
coach. That's what I'm
24th,
supporting. The black coach, Mike Vick. That's what I'm supporting. 757.
We'll get you an Atlanta Falcons Michael Vick jersey then. There's no way you should be wearing a Norfolk State jersey. Okay, go get you an Atlanta Falcons Michael Vick jersey.
I just realized
he didn't even play for Norfolk State. He played for Virginia Tech.
But he's a coach. This is what he wears.
Man, go get you a Virginia Tech
I'm
jersey,
representing
man.
him. I love the fact that he's a coach. He played in the NFL. He went back to the 757.
Absolutely,
coach.
salute to him. But you are a buy. You just be all over the place with everything. You're a Jets fan one day, Giants fan another day, Nets fan another day, Knicks fan another day. Claim to be Hampton, but
it's
then you
enough
reckon
envy to
Norfolk
go
State.
around. Like, why?
Clearly, that butt is a buffet.
Listen,
Jesus Christ, little platter.
All you can eat is crazy.
Oh my goodness,
that's why they call you Young Platter.
Damn.
I heard them call you
I got a Norfolk jersey. Your homecoming week is crazy.
That's why they call you Young Platter. That's why your nickname Golden Corral. No, come on, man.
Call him Young Platter, man. The positive note is simply this: develop an attitude of gratitude and give thanks for everything that happens to you, okay? Because you know that every step forward is a step toward achieving something bigger and better.
Breakfast Club, bitches! Y'all finished or y'all done?